Shri Sadguruve Namaha. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Hari Om. So today we start with verse 14 and chapter 7, of course. Devi Hesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mame Vaye Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite. It says, verily, this divine illusion of mine, made up of gunas, caused by the qualities, is difficult to cross over. Those who take refuge in me alone come to cross over this delusion. Now, just see that Maya. First of all, he says, Devi Hesham Gunamai. That means Maya is made up of these three divine gunas. The three gunas we all know, Sattvic, Rajas, Tamasic, and he calls them divine illusion, and that is called Maya. And that's why कई लोग ना माया नाम भी रखते हैं, आपको मालूम है. Maya is not anything bad or anything. It causes this whole world. It causes this entire universe. That is Maya. Made up, it is Prakriti, basically. So, Devi Yesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya. He is saying that my Maya is very, very difficult to cross over. And this is Krishna himself saying, not somebody small. So, mind made up of gunas caused by the qualities is difficult to cross over. Now he says that, how is it difficult to cross over? Because we are trying to cross over something that has a divine origin, and we are trying to cross it with finite means. We only have our own equipment. Our mind is limited, our intellect is limited, and our physical bodies are even more limited. And we try to cross over something which is much beyond us. So that is very, very difficult. Those who take refuge in me alone, देखिए, ज्ञान और भक्ति. There are only these two things by which you can take refuge in the Lord. And refuge in the Lord means surrender, totally to the Lord surrender, that, oh Lord, help me to do this. If you yourself try, हाँ, आप अपने बलबूते पे जिसको कहते हैं ना, you are trying on your own and you feel that on your own you can cross over delusion, you can never do that. It's not possible. So you have to pray to the Lord, the cause that makes Maya work. And that power which is really, अच्छा माया है क्या? आप ये देखिए, the word Maya means not there. Very strange, huh? That which is not there. Even physicists, astrophysicists, scientists, and mathematicians are all telling us this today, by science proven, that whatever you see does not exist. Right? Now, when they are saying this, that whatever you see does not exist, it is a combination of this, that, and the other, whatever terms they use, technical terms which I don't even know or understand. But they say that what you see is not there. That much is very clear. That even a lay person like me or you can understand that what you see is not there. And that is why the term Maya means that which is not there, but which appears to be there. Okay, now it's a total. And how does it appear? it is a projection of your own mind, just like the ghost on the post, the snake on the rope. Hmm? So the substratum, you project your own mind on that, and that is what you see. So sometimes you wonder that how can it be that everybody's delusion is the same? Like supposing I see a mountain, you also see a mountain, is it? And how come it is like that? So it is like this, that that mountain and you exist in my dream, and me and that mountain exist in your dream. Your projection is the same and my projection is the same. Many times the same thing two people see differently. We have that experience, isn't it? The opinion of anybody regarding some person, object, or happening is so different. Don't you see every day on the television so many debates taking place over just one statement of somebody, or just one happening, or just anything, and people are arguing what is correct, what is not correct, aisa tha, aisa nahi tha, aisa, because everybody sees it as different, right? So here the only way is to the only way to destroy it, this delusion, is the Lord says that those who take refuge in me, that means those who surrender to me completely, and then only your non apprehension of reality stops. That means you begin to see the reality. Once you see the reality, the misapprehension automatically goes. We did the examples last time, no? That if you see a rope, if you have seen the rope, then the snake automatically disappears. The complete snake is gone. If you can see a post, that this is a post, then the ghost that you were seeing on the post totally goes. It is not that a part of him or half smile of his you can see, still see. And you can see the post as well as the ghost. No, no, that doesn't happen. So Maya totally immediately goes. So, and you suddenly gain a calm when all your agitation, all your sorrow, all your depression vanishes instantly. And then he says, come, this is the only way to come to cross over illusion. Huh? The same examples: ghost on a post, snake on the rope. And but the illusion is very, very powerful. The illusion is so powerful that many times people in the village die of what they think was a snake bite, whereas it was just a rope. It actually happens because their mind is in such a turmoil, and their mind creates the reality that a snake has bitten me. And with that great conviction, the human being dies. Now this kind of a thing, just imagine that. So the only way is to surrender to him, and the only way is the understanding of the reality, that you can maya, you can go over maya. Now see, the Lord gives you the complete constitutional freedom to think and behave as you like, to believe what you like, and to project what you like. You can damn yourself. He is only the energy that will bless you to damn yourself. You want to uplift yourself, evolve higher, even that the Lord will uh, do for you. But if you really want to go and jump, the Lord only looks on in silent sympathy. Gurudev used to say, in silent sympathy, he smiles and gives you the power that, okay, go and do it. So that kind of a thing. Now, so let us see this, and let us come to the next verse. This you have understood, that the divine illusion made up of gunas is caused by qualities. So illusion or delusion does not exist. You can have so many examples. The mirage waters, you see them in the summer on the road or in the desert. The heat causes it, heat waves cause it, and you think that it is water, but it is not. So, like that. So, that there are so many delusions which you see happening, but they are not there in actuality. So here now come to the next one. न दुष्कृतिनो मूढाः प्रपद्यन्ते नराधमाः मायया अपहृज्ञानाः आसुरं भावमाश्रिताः. The evildoers, the deluded, the lowest of men, do not seek me. They whose discrimination has been destroyed by their own delusions follows the way of the demons. See, the only difference between man and animal is Vivek. Vivek is discrimination, the reasoning and logical power, the intellect that you have. That is the only difference between the two. So he says over here, when he says Namam dushkritino moodhaha. Mood is a total fool, a completely deluded person, somebody who just can't use his brains, or what you call brain dead, or you call intellect dead, or whatever you call it. So dushkritino moodhaha. Dushkritino, those who do evil deeds, as he says, evil doers. Hmm? So he says that they do not believe in me. In me doesn't mean Krishna. Don't think Krishna is being very egoistic and saying, oh, they should believe in me, they should surrender to me. He is the power because of which you live. Understand that. huh? You are like dead matter. Truly, you are like dead matter. That is all your whole body is made of. This entire piece of flesh, bones, phlegm, blood, skin, whatever you have, fat, none of it can move. Leave aside logic out or intelligently think. No, it is empowered by some power. And that you can call by any name you like. We decide to call it God, but you have to believe in that power. Without that power, let me see if anything can move. Nothing can move. So he says that they still do not believe in me because he calls them Naradhamaha. Naradhama. देखो नर अधम. अधम means बहुत नीचे, जो very low down in the ladder. Those human beings who have a human form, but they are so low down in the ladder that they are the first birth from animal. So they look like human beings, of course, born of a human being, but their actions and their thoughts are not at all higher than the animal. It is their first birth or the second birth from animal. So they have just taken the birth of a man, and they have all the instincts, all the hungers of an animal. That is why evildoers can do that evil. Most of the human beings cannot be evil. They are not that evil. There are only some. And those some, don't you wonder? We all wonder, how could they do such a thing? So you don't wonder at an animal when he tears up another animal and eats it raw. You don't wonder, isn't it? Similarly, these people also, that see, there are scorpion men, there are wolf men, hmm? There are tiger men, there are, so all kind men, I mean human beings. So they are these kind of human beings who behave totally in animal fashion. And then there are men, and then there are divine men, there are godly men. It all is there. You meet them, don't you? You see them. You see saints and you see criminals. You see selfish people and you see totally generous and totally unselfish people, very giving people. That also you see. So there is a variety, and there are very there are lots and lots of people. But there are these Naradhama jo hain, they are the ones who live by total Kam, Raga, Dvesh. And these are the things, their minds are ridden with these. and they cannot think like normal human beings do. So he calls them Nara Dhamma. And he see today's knowledge, all the knowledge that you have today, what is it teaching you? It only teaches you how to have a little more of the world of objects, emotions, and thoughts. You want a little more love. You want a little bigger house. You want a little bigger wealth. You want a little bigger car or something like that, something from the world. So all the knowledge that is you have gathered is for the purpose of acquiring more and more of fame, power, love, objects of the world. Is that all the kind of knowledge you want? Don't you want something higher? But this is the kind of knowledge all Naradhama have. There are animal hungers in them, and they instinctive hungers in them, which they cannot do away with. And therefore, now he says, Mayaya apahat jnana. He says that their discrimination is totally destroyed by their own delusions. When you are under a delusion, have you seen somebody under a delusion? I'll give you an example. Abhi Holi khatam hui hai na? Have you seen somebody who has had bhang? Now, somebody who has had something to fog his mind cannot think straight. And whatever he starts seeing, he starts believing. Totally, he starts believing. Gurudev used to give an example of some fellow student of his who went to one holy party and he got drunk or something. And then he kept on saying, "Take me home, take me home, take me home." And Gurudev used to say that he was at home. And we were all telling him that you are in your own home, you are on your own bed. But still, he kept on saying, "Take me home, take me home." No, I'm not in my home. So, what was that? The reality was that he was at his home, but the delusion was so powerful that he could not get out of it. Similarly, you and I, when we are under a delusion, we cannot see the reality. Anyone who's under a delusion, when you are in the dream world is a delusion thrown up by your own mind. At that time, in the dream, when you are suffering hunger and you are dying, you are roaming about in rags, if some were to tell you that you are not this poor, dying, poverty stricken man, you are a king, would you believe that? No. You are under a delusion, you are living that delusion. So these Naradhamas are living that kind of a delusion. There is no way, absolutely no way, that the mind's appetites and mind's fears and mind's agitations and all can die down unless the reality is perceived. Now, then, there are two kinds of people. He says one he calls asuram, asuram and suram. Suram is those who have a divine bhav, jinme devi bhav, which is called a devi bhav, that their mind is full of divine qualities, noble qualities, generosity, kindness, love, compassion, all those things. And asuri is the opposite of suri. तो असुरी भाव क्या है? असुरी भाव is demonic qualities, animal like qualities. So there are two different kinds of qualities, and those who live only for the flesh and in the flesh, those people are called asura. Rakshas, asura, अदैविक, हाँ, ये सब जो वर्ड्स हैं, दे ऑल कम फॉर दीज नराधमास और asuras, and these asuras are the ones who have these kind of qualities, demonic ways. So अच्छा, ये देखो, the more demonic ways a person has, the more devilish he behaves. So it is Asur Bhav and Dev Bhav, basically. And it is this, that whatever way you think, you become like that. So, whatever are your thoughts, see, human body is the same, whether you are animal like human being or a godly human being, your bodies are the same, right? Faculties are the same. The only discriminating between Devi and Asuric Sampatti is the intellect and the mind, the qualities of your desires with which you are born. And they only determine a sleeping saint and a sleeping criminal are the same, but only when a saint speaks, he is different. When a criminal speaks, he is different. The saint's actions will be according to his thoughts, and a criminal's actions will be according to the criminal. So he is saying that they are destroyed by their own delusions and they follow the ways of the demons. So these are the ways of the demons. The only, Gurudev says, the only sign of higher evolution in man is the intellect. And if the intellect is Devi, then your actions will be like a Devata. So this is again the only difference between Asur, a sinner, and a saint. Acha, mood, he says, Dushkritino Muda. He calls them fools, huh? Evildoers and the deluded. Moodha, this word means a total fool whose intellect is not working. And Gurudev used to call us Vimudha. So he used to say Vimudha is the one who has done a doctorate in foolishness and does not even know that he is that big a fool. He is called a Vimudha. Another thing, he used to pun on the word mood. He used to say, all those who come under their moods, the English word mood, huh? All those who come under the sway of their moods are mood. So that was his way of telling us that don't let your moods, your emotions, and the climates of your mind disturb you. Don't come under their sway. Next one. चतुर्विधा भजन्ते माम जना सुकृतिनोऽर्जुन आर्तो जिज्ञासुरर्थार्थीं ज्ञानी च भरतर्षभ. Okay, so what is it? Four kinds of virtuous men worship me, O Arjuna: the dissatisfied, the seeker of systematized knowledge, the seeker of wealth, and the wise, O best among the Bharatarshava. Now, when he says Bharatarshava, I have told you before also, I have explained this word. Bharatarshava means the bull in Bharatavarsha. The Rishabh is bull, and Rishabh and Bharatarshava is a combination. Rishabh means a bull. Now, India being an agricultural country, the bull as well as the cow were very useful in agriculture before these mechanized things came in. Therefore, they were worshipped. Therefore, we saw the utility of the bull as well as the cow. Now, the bull, why is somebody called a bull? Because he is strong, energetic, and he uses his entire energy, all his life, in serving others. The bull does nothing for himself. He does not kill animals and eat. The only thing he eats is dry straw. So, see, anybody who takes the minimum for himself and gives out maximum service to the society was complimented as Rishabha. Even today, some people keep that name Rishabh. है ना? So why do they call it? Doesn't mean that he's a bull. It only means that he takes the minimum for himself and gives out the maximum to society. So here he is complimenting Arjun as Bharatarshabha, means, oh, the powerful bull of my country. Now, Chatur Vidha Bhajante Mam. He says, Mam, there are four kinds of people who worship me. This is a very interesting verse and has to be understood carefully, because there you will find autobiographical elements. Yeah, it's a story of you and me. So here it is, Chatur Vidha Bhajantema. There are four kinds of people who worship me, says Krishna. And Mam Jana Sukratin Nurjuna. And he says that those, seekers with systematized knowledge, virtuous men. Sukritino means people who do good deeds. Kriti, Kriti means work, and Sukriti means one who performs good deeds. So, hey Arjun, those people who do good deeds, who are virtuous men, they worship me. Huh? Asuras don't worship the Lord, as he has said in the previous stanza, that Asuras don't worship me at all. But here, who worship him? He says, virtuous men worship me, O Arjuna. Now, what are the four kinds? Let us take them. They are the four kinds of people. देखो, the first one is arth, he says. देखो ये second line देखिए, artho. Arth, arth means that person who is very, very disturbed, agitated, sorrowful, and terrified, or he's got some fear under which he is praying. Now that person is arth, that he is desperate, he is almost always unhappy, and whenever he reaches the Lord, he says, oh Lord, I have this problem, please do something. Oh Lord, I have that problem, please do something. That, does it sound familiar? Yeah. So whenever you enter the temple, enter the puja room of your house, all you have to say is cry and say, hey Bhagwan, please do something, do something. This is the first category. The lowest category are the who cannot think beyond themselves. They only think of themselves and their problems. Oh God, my factory. Oh God, my business. Oh God, my son. Oh God, my daughter's marriage. Oh God, my illness. Beyond that, दिमाग ही नहीं चलता है ना. So it is artha. These kind of people are called artha. अच्छा. Number 2 is jigyasu. He says, you see, jigyasu. Now jigyasu क्या है? They have no intention of living the right ways that are being taught. Hmm? They just have intellectual curiosity. They just want to know. A lot of us come into that category. They say, oh, acha, you go to a Geeta class. Oh, yeah. So what is the Geeta? Tell me. Most of the people says, tell me in short. Huh? Tell me in short. I face that many times. Tell me in short what is the Geeta. Or you can tell me just one or two main things that the Geeta says. Now just tell me, can the Geeta be taught like that? Can the Geeta be explained like that? It is the highest truth. And people at parties want to know in two sentences what the Gita is about. This is what Jigyasu want to know. Even those who go to attend lectures by great saints, most of them begin by this curiosity. They want to judge how much the person knows. They want to know that whatever he's saying, will it help me any? Or want to know that whatever he is saying, is it correct or not? From my intellect, I can judge him whether he is speaking the right thing or not. They are all called jigyasu. And it is only intellectual curiosity. Jigyasu translates as intellectual curiosity, to even try to know ke hai kya. The Asur Bhav people don't even have Jigyasa. They don't want to even near anywhere. I know a lot of people who have come into the mission early, right in the beginning, out of curiosity, that will let me hear what Swamiji says. And then they have become saints. Swami Dayananda, he came only to pick up some friend of his or drop some friend of his. And then he sat and just out of curiosity listened to Gurudev's talk. And it is from that talk that he was pulled completely. And that was, of course, all his prarabdha karma and all his past life gains, that he was so totally, but Swami Dayananda became a saint in touch with him. So how come that you and I haven't become saints? We've listened to the Gita bachpan se. So what happened? It is this that happened, that we do not, we have more of scholarly curiosity, academic curiosity, than the desire to really lift ourselves, because that requires intellectual muscle, that requires mental sustainability, which we do not have. So here it is, this is number 2, that is jigyasu. Now the third one is very, very interesting, and a whole lot of us come into this category. This is endless demands that you put forth, and you do not want to put forth the effort. You want everything in life. I want this, I want a big car, I want a beautiful palace, I want a this, I want a that, I want a that, I want power, I want to be the ruler of the world, but do not want to put in the effort. So the best way is what? The best way is, you are extremely rajasic, okay, and the best of the things that you get in the world do not satisfy you, so you want more and better and better, so that hunger never goes. These people are called artharthi. ये देखिए second line में, हाँ, artharthi. Artharthi means, arth means wealth. Now wealth can be anything for anybody. For me, a wealth may be different. For you, the wealth may be different. So basically, it translates to whatever you desire in life from the world. And these people go on desiring, and go on wanting. And the world does not have enough to satisfy their needs. So they go on and on. Guru Dev used to say that these people only live in the flesh totally. They are sensuous people who always want to satisfy the five senses. And the example he used to give is very funny. He used to say that scratching the ear with the back leg, dogs karte hain, have you seen? So Gurudev used to say, scratching the ear with the back leg is all the joy they know in life, and they think that that is the best joy. Meaning to say that anything that fulfills you physically, or gives joy to your sensuous pleasures, hmm, that we are at that level. Those people are called artharthi, that they go on asking for things from the Lord, that, oh Lord, give me this, oh Lord, give me this. And then they have the audacity to say that I will I will do something for you if you do this for me. Like they make deals with the Lord. Can you imagine? They go to the temple and then they say, oh Lord, please do give me this toy, whichever toy you are demanding, huh? Oh Lord, please give me this toy, and then I will give you a coconut. I will offer a coconut to you. So you are bribing the Lord with a coconut, rewarding the Lord with a coconut. From where has that coconut come? And is that all? And so many times I've seen it myself when I was at the university. There was a Hanuman temple outside the university, and boys used to go, oh Lord, here's the coconut. Please, Lord, please, Lord, get me some good marks. Here is the coconut. They will not put in the effort. The energy is supplied by the Lord, the equipment is supplied by the Lord. Put in that effort. That they don't do. They only want it, should come into their laps, and the Lord should give it to them. Okay. So now the fourth category. Fourth category is Jnani. Jnani cha Bharatarshava. देखिए ज्ञानी क्या होता है? ज्ञानी is that person who directly apprehends the Lord, and he surrenders to the Lord to merge with the Lord, trying to know the reality. He does not want anything else. He is Buddha Atit. Then he is Vasana Atit. That means gone beyond the Vasanas, gone beyond the Buddhi. He is Sattvatit. He is even beyond the three gunas. Gunatit. So Gunatit and Sattvatit is the same thing, because Sattva is the highest guna. When you go beyond sattva, that is, you have gone beyond the three gunas. So those, when you to merge with that superpower, you have to go beyond all the three gunas, and it is only a jnani who can do this. So jnani is all these. He is buddhatit, sattvatit, gunatit, Vasanatit, all these, gone beyond all these. So he has such a pure antakaran that he merges with the Lord. He is the Lord himself thereafter. So this is what it is in अच्छा, अब देखिए क्या है कि द यू विल से ऑल दीज फॉर अ प्रेइंग, ठीक है, दे आर ऑल फॉर प्रेइंग. नाउ फर्स्ट लेट अस कम टू दिस, दैट व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज प्रेयर. What exactly is prayer and to whom are you praying? ये चारों लोग प्रे करते हैं, but what are they praying? They are praying to that superpower to bless them to do and get what they want to get in life. All for one different things, right? All for, whether it is Arth or Artharthi or Jigyasu or whosoever, they want to get what they want to get, but they want the blessings of that power. Now that power is like electricity. I have told you, it depends on you that you have to switch you have to plug into the socket, and whichever iron or steel equipment you plug into that socket, that is what it will bless, isn't it? Hmm. So it is just that the multiple uses of that electric socket. The same electric socket, you plug in, as I've told you many times, plug in a heater, it will give you heat. Okay. Plug in a fridge, it will cool. Plug in an air conditioner, it will cool the room. Plug in a lamp, it will give light. So the multiple uses of the same electric socket, it depends who is plugging in, who is tapping into it, which is the equipment that is tapping it. So if an Artharthi taps it, he will get Artha. If a Jnani taps it, he will get Jnana. If an Arth taps it, उसका सौरो खत्म होगा. ठीक है ना? So Artharthi, Jnani, and what are the four? Uh, Arth, Jigyasu, Jigyasu also. So whatever he wants, you will get that. If you want only knowledge, he will help to sharpen your intellect and that you get knowledge only. Because that is all you want. You don't want to perfect yourself. You don't want to rise, but you want only that. So that, see, an earth wants consolation in moments of distress and moments of unhappiness, moments of sorrow. All he wants is comfort, emotional comfort, that the Lord will take care, everything will get all right, and all that. And that is what he prays for. So, depending on what you want, that it will be that the prayer will vitalize that thing. Prayer will only vitalize that, whatever you are asking for you yourself. The Jnani is the one who is not deluded by the objects, emotions, and thoughts. Jnani is the one who has such a pure mind that with this absolutely rarefied pure equipment, he is the one who prays only, and he prays very, and these are very rare people. Jnani, everybody is not a Jnani. Don't think that a Jigyasu is a Jnani. Jigyasu will get knowledge. Jnana is something else. गीता तो हमने सबने पढ़ी है ना. There was a man who used to say to Gurudev that, Gurudev, I have gone through the Gita many times, but nothing has happened. So Gurudev said, that is okay, but how many times has the Gita gone through you? That is Gyan. If the Gita goes through you even once, believe me, you will evolve. You will automatically evolve, you know. So then, when you are in touch with a good teacher, and you are not giving that teacher objects, you are offering yourself to that great teacher. You are offering your as the Lord himself, because the Lord is playing through that teacher. So when you are bringing yourself to the Lord and saying, oh Lord, lift me, lift me, lift me, then the Lord does, you know. So it is like this, you see, एक वो उपनिषदिक कहानी है. I have to bring that kahani over here to you. It's a very common Vedantic story, and that story is that a child goes to the fair and he's with his mother and father. Now the child sees colorful balloons. The child is crying for those colorful objects, you know, or any colorful toy. Balloons chodi koi bhi toy. And he's crying for that toy. The father and mother don't give it to him, and then he goes further. Then there are lovely things to eat, lovely things to eat. And he wants this barfi, and he wants that barfi, and he wants this mithai to eat, and he cries for them. Okay, the parents buy it and give it to him. Then after that, there is some kind of a magic show going on. So he wants to see that magic show. So the eyes, the nose, the ears, the mouth, the skin is all attracted by these objects of the world, and the child cries for them and wants them. Now, in that crowd, in that great fair, the mother happens to be attracted by something and starts looking at some clothes and leaves the hand of the child. The child wanders off into the crowd and he has lost his way. Now, when the child loses his way, the child is crying and the child is bawling, howling. The child neither knows his mother's name nor father's name, nor he knows where he lives. Huh? Those days were the days without the cell phone, and so the child does not also have a cell phone. Okay. Now then, now when the child is crying, people try to quieten the child. So what do? They bring all those things that he wanted. Remember, a colorful toy. They bring to him. No, he throws it aside. He is only crying for his mother. No, I want only my mother. Then they bring him some mithai, sweetmeats to eat. He throws them. He says, no, no, I don't want this. And he is crying louder still. Then they take him to see some magic show or some drama that's going on or some play. He says, no, no, no. And he is not happy with anything at all. He is only crying, I only want my mother. I only want my mother. And he's yelling out for his mother alone. This is the description given of the Jnani. The Jnani comes to a stage where he has lost interest in any of the worldly objects. He has seen the futility of the worldly objects to give him any kind of happiness, to give him any kind of joy. None of the objects of the world, no situation, no human being can give him that lasting, permanent peace and joy which he is seeking. So he discards all of them and he cries out only to the Lord, surrenders only to the Lord that, oh Lord, lift me. Oh Lord, pick me up. Oh Lord, take me to yourself. And that is what, when he does that, it is then see, a crying child is always picked up by the mother, isn't it? So long as the child is not crying and he is playing, the mother is also doing her work, whatever she is involved in, she is doing that happily, isn't it? It is only the child that is crying for the mother and not letting the mother work. No, you have to pick me up. That child who's holding on to her dress and pulling the dress and saying, look at me, pick me up, look at me, pick me up. It is that child that the mother picks up. So that is the Jnani. That is the story of the Jnani. Otherwise, under the whip of all your desires, under the whip of individual vasanas, you are constantly demanding all these other three, artharthi, jigyasu, and arth. They are the only ones who operate under the whip of the desires for the objects of the world. So, this is the difference in the four different categories of people who pray to the Lord for His grace and benefit, right? So, the best one amongst all these is the Jnani. We will do the next verse 17 next time. ॐ पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम् श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम्